Hey YouTube, so I'm back to do another unboxing and review. This time it's of my new smartphone, the iOcean Rock M6752. This iOcean is a brand from China, and I select iOcean for a particular reason of I was trying to get a cell phone or smartphone made in China that wasn't essentially trying to be a clone of another phone, like a fake iPhone or a fake Galaxy. So this time I opted to get a brand that is of its own thing, so iOcean. This particular model, dubbed the Rock, is under here is the more impertinent information, the M6752. This uses the MediaTek 6752 chip, which is, well, if you break this down, the 67 means that it's a 64-bit. That's what they dub their 64-bit chips with, the 67, and the 52 is the Octa-core. So it's a 64-bit Octa-core smartphone. Alright, and then on the back, okay, so I've actually already opened the phone and applied the screen protector. As you can see, got a little bubble there. But so this is the phone. You can get it. Okay, so all of them are going to be white on the front. However, the back. Let me take this little cover off first. The back, you can get it in two different colors, black and white. So you can have a two-color phone or a one-color phone. This thing that I'm taking off right now is an extra little shield that they give you. You don't have to use this if you don't want. As you can see, it comes off. So, kind of a hard plastic there. And this is the back. So, again, you can get this back cover in white if you choose to. So, there's that. The back here kind of has a textured. It's not super grippy, but it does have some texture, so you can run your finger across it, but you can still feel some grip, which is good to hold it. And so there's the back, the sides, 3 buttons on this side, microphone and headphone jack, where you plug it in. There's a little hole there. That might be the microphone. Yeah, that's probably the microphone there. In the back here, 2 speakers on the bottom, camera and flash. Alright, so before we go into the phone in depth, I'll just show you what else came in the box. Let me move this back a little bit. Alright, there you go. So what else came in the box is the phone, of course, came in a little sleeve, which was surrounded with bubble wrap. The top lid had some extra protection, bubble wrap there. The battery was in here. You get a warranty card. The bottom here opens up. The battery was in here, by the way. And what you get is iOcean branded cable, micro USB to full-size USB. The cord is actually pretty decent filling. It feels nice and thick, not cheap. You get some headphones here. I haven't opened these up. Yeah, alright, we'll get back to those. This little here, this is your power with the adapter, so I don't know, you can use that, and then this plugs into whatever. They ship the right one of these according to your location. So for me, it's the US, so then you plug these together, and then you plug this in the wall, and then you plug your USB cord into that. So, oh, and this little guy here is evidently the iOcean mascot, which I think is pretty cool, the little robot dude. Alright, and that was all that was in the box. As I said, it did come with a screen protector. I already applied that. Alright, so now back to the phone. I'm going to put my little shell back on. Inside the phone SD card. I believe it can hold up to a 64. I'll check that. But I put in a 32, and then also it's a dual SIM, Chinese phone, right? Dual SIM. Anyway, it takes micro SIM cards. So, all right, and this is the first time powering it on, so. Yeah, I don't have the SIM card in here at the moment. Alright, so screen looks good. No cracks. The screen is not jumping up and down. There's actually something to that. I'll post a link to the video of one of these phones that had that problem. So having the screen not jump up and down is a welcome relief. Anyway, so what I'll do now is I'm going to go ahead and download some benchmark tools, and we'll go ahead and run some benchmarks. And from there, I'll also go ahead and shoot some photos. I'll go shoot some video, and then after a little time with the phone, I'll give you kind of a synopsis of how it is to live with it day in, day out and use it. So, we'll Alright, so I've been using this phone for a few days now, and I must say I'm quite liking it a lot. And I wanted to quickly go over some things that might not have appeared up on our benchmarks. So here it is. The Android is upgradable to 5, the processor speed 1.7, GPU is the Mali 760, 3 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of ROM, 5.5 inch screen, 5 and 14 megapixel. 14 is on the back, of course. And then you have the dual Wi-Fi between 2.4 and 5, which iOcean claims will give you like an advantage if you're in like a overcrowded Wi-Fi place like a Starbucks or something. You can jump over to the 5 while everyone else stays on the 2.4. So if so, that's a pretty cool feature. Alright, now back to the phone. I said that I'm liking it quite a bit. First of all, I'll talk about the screen size. Going from a 5 to a 5.5 inch screen actually makes a huge difference. I thought I would be like way too big, but actually it's just about right. My eyes don't have to narrow in as much. I get that extra half inch, makes it just seem more relaxed on the eyes when using it. Also, the screen's quite responsive. and typing is a lot easier. I noticed on my other phone it would kind of miss. I'd hit one letter and it would hit the one right next to it, but I haven't had that problem with this, so that's pretty good. Also, I am getting, I don't know if you can see here, we'll see if it zooms in on the, yeah, hold on. Using autofocus here. Well, anyways, it is actually it's 3G. So it claimed on the site that if I was to use a T-Mobile service, which is who I'm using, by the way, my provider, they said that I would only be getting 2G or Edge, but I'm actually getting 3G. So that's a plus. So that's a thumbs up on that. All right. So in order to show off the GPU and the display and all that, I thought I'd play a quick game of something that was kind of somewhat graphically intense and also had some speed to it. So I picked up this game here, which I must say is pretty fun. So go ahead, try it out if you're into this type of deal. I'll select the basic craft here. I'm gonna try to play this and film at the same time. So. We'll see how well I do. Let's take a classic track. Alright. So kind of a... here we go. Can you get that? Alright. Alright, so there you go, one lap. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It's smooth. I don't notice any choppiness, and game's pretty fun too. So yeah, I must say I'm pretty impressed with this device overall. So jumping back to here, the home screen. Yeah, I actually like it. I'm very happy for the price. It's definitely a bargain. I haven't really seen anything on it where I feel like, oh, that's where the extra $100 I saved that came out of, the feel of it or the way it functions. So it seems to be just a good deal, flat out. There's one thing I noticed. This is not so much a problem with the phone. It's just a preference type deal. As you can see, this bottom row here, there's no physical home button. On all my previous phones, I've had something, so I could just click that to go back to the home screen. Here, it's actually just yet another capacitive button. So for some of you, that might not be an issue, but it is one thing I've noticed. But yeah, other than that, I have, and I mean that's not really a complaint even, but yeah, otherwise, it's a pretty darn good phone. Battery life is good. Of course, I charge every night when I come back from work, so I've really not drained out the battery to see how many days I can get out of it. But it seems to hold up pretty well. And yeah, so I'd say yeah, definitely a good alternative. And for me, I'm always looking for the the outlier, the oddball thing to find that hidden treasure. But if you are perhaps you don't want to sign a pay $20 every month type deal with whatever carrier you're with, and you can afford to drop just a little shy of $300 at one time, this is a pretty darn good alternative. Of course, it does come from overseas, so you have to be able to wait 1 or 2 weeks, well, more like 2 weeks plus, but if that's something you can do, I would say definitely go for it. And yeah, so anyway, hope that helps. Have a good one.